Hey everybody, welcome back. Today is another Tundra video. We're going to be swapping out the bench seat and replacing it with the factory center console. Since I haven't found a video on how to do that, and I know it's a popular swap that people do, I'm going to go ahead and kind of do a how-to video on this. I did come up with 3 different designs for shifter covers, so if you want to download those, all the links are down below. Free download, and if you have a 3D printer, you can go ahead and do that. Alright, so the overall install should be pretty easy. First thing you want to do is purchase center console. I got mine on eBay. You can go to, I believe it's LKQ. I'll link that down below where you can find one. Depending on where it ships from, shipping costs can kind of go up. So I didn't have any near me that it made sense. It actually was a little better deal to find it on eBay at the time. The only wild card that I don't find too much information on is the rear vents here. So the factory bench seat does have rear air. The way that the inlets for the ducts on the bench seat versus this center console section, they're different. So you do need to get a console duct. I will have the part number down below on this thing and where to get it. So going into this, what I'm unsure of is there is a duct in there, but I believe it's under carpet. I know this fastens to the floor, so until I really start taking it apart, I don't know how that's going to go in yet, so we'll find that out together.
To get access to the 2 rear bolts, you're going to have to pull this cover off the seat frames. It has this little pull clip here, but just pull straight out and that'll give you access. After you get the driver's side, you'll move over to the passenger side and do the same thing. Pull it out and that gives you access to the second bolt. Next, you'll flip up the seat to get to the storage. You'll take out the carpet and there's going to be 2 more bolts. Take these 2 out, and that's essentially what holds in the entire center bench seat. From here, you can roll the seat forward. You'll find the plug for the rear cigarette adapter held on by just a clip. You can just use some pliers to remove this clip from the inside. Once you get that unplugged, the seat should just pull out from here. Next, you'll have to remove this cover plate underneath the dash. It's just held in by 2 clips. Once you get the 2 clips out, just pull some pressure and it'll come out. I highly suggest taking this time to vacuum while you have it open.
Now this is the part we're unsure of. So this is the duct going to the bench seat, and this is the new one for the center console. So it does have the inlets up closer, and it will go to the air box down here underneath. Problem is, there's carpet here, and I'm not too sure exactly what it's doing. There's a couple pins here holding it in, so we got to take those out and kind of figure out what it's doing here. So this will all be buried in the console. Might have to poke a hole for it to make sense. We'll start taking apart this one right here and see where it leads us. Since I don't plan to put the bench seat back in, I'm going to make the executive decision because I know the center console one, the carpet's not here. So I'm going to cut up and then I can always stick it down as needed. Ultimately, I'd have to pull out the seats to kind of lift up the carpet to see what it's doing. I don't quite want to do that. Going to be a hole right here. There it is. And there is another one right here too. So we'll have to make some reliefs on here. New one's much shorter. So the console actually used these 2 screws here as well as these 2. So we're going to have a little bit of thing here. and try to get the carpet into this hole without having to cut more. There we go. There we go. And that's the only one it uses. This is off the top here. And we'll just keep the carpet over the top. Here's for the new cigarette adapters. Okay, time to bring that new console in. So as I said, I designed 3 different cover plates for the shifter. This one right here is made to fit. They do have a satisfying click once you get it in there. So they're in there, they fit good. I actually took my 3D scanner and scanned it. They all clip onto the inside. To get them off, you do have to take this piece off and kind of give it a little bit of a bow. And they do come out. They're more so made to go in, not so much to take in and out. I also did make a XL plate that covers more of the perimeter. And then what I am going with is a MagSafe version. So I made a little hole to poke it through. It does have the recess in there. The MagSafe is about 6 millimeters thick. I recessed it 4 millimeters. That way it does stick up a little bit for when you take your phone and you put it on. It has the protruding cameras, so I didn't want it sitting on and being bowed. So that way it goes on, it's flat, and it holds the phone. Luckily it didn't drop it. You can route it through and poke a hole in the actual center console to get to the thing there. I'm actually going to hook it up to my radio. I have some extra USB ports. So put it in, click, and it's in there. You can see the finish on here. I actually have a texture plate on my bamboo, so it does have a nice finish to it right off the bed. But links for all 3 of these for free download STL files is down below in the description. All right, so we are going to take this front section first, and there is a little slot indicators right here. Easiest way I tried to figure it out, because I did test fit this thing, is stabbing onto here first at an angle. So find your groove and kind of just drop it into place there, and that will suck it up underneath the glove box down here and get your holes to line up. So once those are in, you're going to take those little pins that you had before and put them in the front. So these plugs here, they're both males. And so what I'm going to do is check the power on here. Just coming from there, I'll put in an accessory and make sure it gets 12 volts when it's on. So the colors on the console do match the colors on the bench seat. The colors on this plug, one's yellow and then one's white with the black stripe. This is white with the black stripe, so 2 grounds. I'm just going to put these connectors on it, but I am going to make sure that they're wired right. Ooh, air blows through, that's a good sign. Okay, so that does get power, so we're just going to connect it to that plug. So while I am here, I am testing. I have a USB power. That's coming from the SATA that I had in the previous video. And then I went to a USB-C adapter to my MagSafe. Shows it's charging. So they cut off the male plugs off of these. I did get it plugged in here. I checked voltage, everything's good. So now we're just going to slide this thing forward. This will just slide right into it, and the ducts will go into the holes.
Now these 4 bolts are different than the ones you took out before, so make sure your center console did come with new hardware. If not, you're going to have to go buy that.
All right, so that was the quick how-to. I mean, it's actually not that hard. It's really just 4 bolts holding the bench seat in, and then the 2 little pins at the front. Take that out. The hardest part is fishing the duct underneath the carpet. You could solve that by cutting all the way up. It is all hidden. I was trying to do the least amount of cutting possible just so it doesn't kind of create sag in the carpet. It looks a lot better, and again, if you want to download these, the link is down below. It's kind of like all my other stuff on there. If you are new here, anything I design, I do in CAD, I do try to provide for free. I do have a name your price option. If you wanted to contribute, no obligation, you don't need to. Just go down and download it. If you do use it, share credit. That's all I really ask. Pretty much all the cosmetic stuff is done, so now it's on to the fun stuff of suspension, tires, armor. The majority from the 2008 Tundra is going on here. I did get some new shocks, so those will go on, but that will be in the next one. Thanks for watching. Click the video here and the thing down here to subscribe. All right, have a good one.